In a world of shifting alliances and rising tensions, Australia must now make a critical choice: independence and sovereignty, or subservience and subjugation. I'm Benjamin Pearce, political organiser for the Citizens Party. I'm asking you to sign a petition today calling for the cancellation of the AUKUS submarine deal. First, let's talk about the big picture. Australia's most pressing problem is that our government is little more than a facade because foreign powers have such a strong chokehold on our politicians. Our leaders are just a pack of marionettes, dancing to the tune of overseas influences while ignoring the people. We, in the Citizens Party, have always felt that Australians deserve true representative self-government. Australia must have an independent foreign policy. We do not need to take sides in great power struggles designed to carve the world into spheres of influence. US President Dwight Eisenhower warned in his 1961 farewell address of the dangers of the military-industrial complex. A corrupt and very dangerous faction in the US desires war, not only because they profit from it, but also because they enjoy death and destruction. Declassified documents show that President John F. Kennedy was presented with a plan for the US to launch an unprovoked surprise nuclear attack against the Soviet Union. Kennedy rejected the plan in horror. Shortly before his assassination, Kennedy signed an executive order directing all troops be withdrawn from Vietnam. After Kennedy was dead, that executive order was reversed and a massive escalation of that war was launched. The Gulf of Tonkin incident of 4th August 1964, in which the North Vietnamese allegedly fired on a US naval vessel, launched the full-scale war on North Vietnam. Millions of tons of bombs were dropped and countless unspeakable horrors and atrocities resulted. Almost 60,000 Australian soldiers were sent to Vietnam. Over 500 died and 2,400 were wounded. It wasn't until 2005, more than 40 years later, that the United States declassified National Security Agency documents showing that the Gulf of Tonkin incident never happened. It was a lie, a fake. More recently, the world community was corralled by US President George W. Bush to launch an unprovoked war on Iraq to save the world from weapons of mass destruction. It was only after 1 million human beings, most of them Iraqi, died in that war that the world learned the ghastly truth. There were no weapons of mass destruction. It was all a lie, a fake. And now, today, we're told that China is our enemy and that we need to pay $368 billion to buy nuclear submarines to defend ourselves against China. Would you be surprised to learn that this is all a lie and a fake? You shouldn't be. The truth is that China is our biggest trading partner. It is the US neocon faction that wants Australia to go to war against China. It's time for Australia to forge an independent foreign policy that is based on reality, not lies. Australia is being dragged into the biggest military spending spree in our history, and most Australians never got a say in it. The AUKUS submarine deal, a $368 billion pact with the United States and the United Kingdom, will tie us to foreign wars, increase global tensions, and saddle generations with debt. $368 billion. That's over $14,000 for every Australian. For what? Submarines that could become obsolete before they're ever deployed because they won't be delivered for decades, if they're even delivered at all? That money could go to hospitals, schools, affordable housing, water management projects, things that actually make us safe and create a better future. Even worse, AUKUS drags us deeper into US military strategy, eroding our sovereignty. We become a proxy, a pawn for their agenda. This isn't about left or right. It's about common sense. It's about independence. It's about peace. If you believe Australia should decide its own future, not Washington or London, we need you. Sign the petition today. Call for the AUKUS submarine deal to be cancelled. Every day this agreement stays in force bleeds Australia of needed resources and inflames international tensions. It's urgent. Please take action now and join us in this crucial struggle. Let's invest in our future, not someone else's war.
Authorised by Craig Isherwood, Citizens Party, Melbourne.